Hey everyone, it's Stephanie 1111 Mochi Babe, and I am back today with Gemini's reading for this month of May. So, welcome back, all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you, and welcome if you are new. Today, what we are doing in this reading is we're going to be taking a look at the general energy, and we're also going to be taking a look at a love-specific energy, love and relationships for what's going to be happening this month. So this is going to be Gemini placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or also North Node. So make sure you are checking out your other placements. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you can head over to my description box, and I did include a link for a free website where you can make your natal chart and start learning all about that. So, okay, we have our card of the day here, and that is Sun. So the message I got from this was, it's time for you to lead. It's not time to follow. It's time for you to go down your own path. You have to have this realization that you are your own, you're the one guiding yourself. You don't need somebody else to tell you what to do. This is especially important for all of those that are currently, going on their spiritual path. They're looking for somebody to kind of give them answers, and they, what I always say is like a recipe. Like you hit this point of your spiritual development, you're like, well, I want to make sure I'm doing things right. No, there's not a right. There's what's right for you. So you need to take ownership and leadership in your own process, your own awakening, and don't look at what other people are doing. We can offer, guidance to a point. We can offer information, but it's all going to be up to you and what your path is and where your soul is pulling you to. So that's going to be your number one important thing to focus on, is having that established connection with your soul, your spirit, your energy, and seeing where it's guiding you to, and not looking, as I always say, externally for fulfillment, externally for answers. It has to start within. So it's time to act like a leader, and realize that. Okay, so we'll see how that feeds into the reading. That card, I'm also going to be using this deck in the reading today. It is from the Karma cards, so they're pretty cool if you like them. And I'm also going to be using the Cosmic Tarot deck today. And so I'm going to start off with the general reading for just like my normal. I dive on in, and then I will do the love and relationship separate after the general reading. So before I begin, as always, this is a general energy reading. Only take what resonates and leave behind anything else that doesn't, anything that makes you feel negative or sad or scared or worried, because I don't sugarcoat my readings. So I need you all to make sure that you are using your discernment when you are on this channel. If you'd like to book a personalized reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111mochibabe.com, and you can check out the description box for all the other places to find me online. I'm on Twitter a lot, I have Instagram, Facebook a lot, so if you're on any of those platforms, definitely make sure you follow me there. Okay, what's going on for Gemini energy for this month? Okay, nice. Look at that. The Queen of Pentacles. So we're still in Taurus season. Gemini season starts in May, but we'll be in Taurus season for a little bit longer. So the Queen of Pentacles is I feel, a really fantastic embodiment of Taurus energy. Sorry, I can hear my kids yelling. I think they settled down. Okay. So we have this... it's a treat yourself energy. It's also a very hard-working energy. The Queen of Pentacles works very hard. So maybe you guys are working on something, working on your career, working on some self-improvement. I also am getting that vibe off of this card. Let's see what else is going on. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that is a Queen of Pentacles energy. So this is a mothering energy. Maybe it's a parent. Maybe you are a parent. Maybe you have children, and you're really going to be focusing in on them in May in regards to like their maybe schoolwork, or I heard graduation. Some of you have kids that are graduating, even like little kids that are like maybe graduating from elementary going into middle school. So there's going to be like a focus and attention on them. Maybe because, there's this with COVID, I don't want to say that word because I think it gets flagged, but with the virus and everything that's going on, and school, ceremonies not being able to happen. So maybe a focus on that. But you could be dealing with somebody as well. This could be Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Okay, we have the Princess of Wands reversed. Okay, so we have this dynamic of this older feminine energy with a younger feminine energy. Maybe some of you, I'm getting like for who the moms here that have daughters, there might be some tension for you guys this month. Especially if you're, you know, if they're older, like teenagers, I'm seeing a mom and a daughter fighting. So there might be some tension. Let's see what else. The Hermit reversed. Okay. I think for others, however, you guys, for like the majority of you, you guys are kind of going through some, I'm feeling this is all like kind of mental, like this mental overload, which kind of in a weird way is sending you into a depression. So let me try to it's like I'm seeing a bunch of like running thoughts, a bunch of thoughts, even though we don't have the swords out here, but the Princess of Wands is just giving me this image of somebody that's very, very like high strung right now, has a lot of like anger, a lot of resentment. Again, it's like this image of like this person, two people fighting, arguing, bickering. So there's all this resentment and anger towards, you know, maybe another person, maybe it is some other situation in your life, maybe it's, you know, the Queen of Pentacles representing your job or work or your home life balance, and you feel a lot of anger and resentment towards that. And it's causing you to kind of go into a depressive state. So the Hermit is a fantastic energy when it comes to, you know, seeking answers within, and this expansion of your consciousness, and of your spiritual growth. However, when it goes reverse, it's like you've taken too much time, like you're too in your head, you're too pulled away, and there's people that need you. You need to go back out into the world. You need to stop that withdrawn, being withdrawn. So, like, it's when it becomes problematic. Okay, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. The tides are turning. So if you're going through this, the Wheel of Fortune is turning. This negative energy is going to be released. So if this has reminded you of a conflict that you have with somebody in your life or with your work, school, anything this is reminding you of, this is letting you know that things are the energy is shifting. It's going to be easier. However, you need to take, with that Hermit being reversed, it's always a message about you need to take the steps in order to pull yourself out of that. You need to actively, you know, if you're sitting there kind of holed up in your room, and not wanting to leave it and not wanting to, you know, if you just stay there, you're just going to keep feeling miserable. You're going to have to do those first, you know, couple, or maybe it'll be multiple hard trips out, you know, of your room, getting a shower, you know, stop. You're going to have to actively work on any type of like repetitive thinking and like repetitive negative thinking where you're just spiraling down and down and down and it's not like producing anything. You're going to have to actively stop yourself from doing that. Gemini energy, like if you're researching stuff that upsets you, kind of like, what I'm seeing is somebody that's like actively going and upsetting themselves. Like they're getting like obsessed with researching information that continues to upset them, and that just is like this spiral downwards. You have to stop that. You have to, like, every time you get the pull to do that, you have to be like, you know what, no, let's do something different. Let's research something new. Let's find a new topic. There's this definitely like an obsessive energy here that I feel in this reading. So, and you know, Gemini, especially Gemini risings. Now, if you're Gemini rising, you still have a lot of 8th house activity going on. You know, Saturn's also going to be retrograding soon, and that's going to be landing back into Capricorn, going back into your 8th house. You also are going to be having, you know, Pluto's in retrograde right now, so I believe Pluto is still in the 8th house, still in Capricorn, yeah. And we have a lot of, you know, Jupiter's there. There's a lot of 8th house energy. So this was suspected to be, you know, not the easiest year for us, for Gemini risings. Just because of all that 8th house energy. It's very transformative, but there's a lot of like power plays and other things that happen because the eighth house is that very plutonic house, and so with Pluto comes power, and I feel like there's like a power play here, a power play issue, particularly in a if it's like a friendship or a family member. So this is all a part of just that kind of that phoenix rising from the ashes energy. But it's like you're continuing to cycle through these different shifts where you kind of go through very difficult periods, and then you are reborn again, and you keep doing that for a while. It's been a while I've been seeing that. So okay, let's see. So things are changing for the better. Let me go ahead and pull out our karma deck and see what's coming out with the oracles there. I apologize if you can hear them in the background. They're play fighting in the room next door. Being crazy. Okay, wow, yeah, look at that. So what I was talking about Jupiter being in 8th house, the granting of blessings from good fortune. Yeah, look, what did I say? The tides were turning, things were improving. We have Jupiter, blessings are coming, good fortune is coming. So you've made it through another one of these shifts, and now it's time to get out of your head, to get back into the physical. Maybe embody more of that Queen of Pentacles if you don't feel that you already are. Start, channeling that energy of very stable, she takes care of her home, and so maybe some of you, if you want to do some like late spring cleaning, she makes sure she takes care of herself. She enjoys cooking, she enjoys nature, so getting out into nature might be helpful if you are a fan of cooking or baking or doing things like that. Maybe focusing on that more instead of doing whatever obsessive energy whatever this obsessive energy, I feel like you got to stop that. It's just pulling you down. So you can get out of that. This is fairly simple to get out of, okay? This energy that you're kind of trapping yourself in. Just stop feeding it. And it's hard though. I mean, it's easy and it's hard. There's that Gemini-ness of mine. Because remember, guys, I'm a Gemini moon and rising, so I'm right here with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on in. Let me see. I'm just really curious. I want to see what this might be about. What might this be about? Or is this kind of going all over the place? This change in this good luck. So we have the King of Swords. Okay, interesting. For some of you, if you have just been having like a really rough time, having a clear mind because it's been trapped with all these different thoughts and worries and concerns, then this is like I'm seeing like somebody that's getting super clear-headed and able to focus. So that's super, with the eagle there, that vision, having the vision, being able to focus, having goals, being able to go after them. So this is definitely this like energetic lift of kind of crappy energy away from you. For others, I feel like this is some sort of, I'm hearing communication, which is interesting, that you have been waiting for coming through. So that could be about a relationship. I get that because I do see the Libra there. So it could be about a relationship or a business partnership, some sort of communication coming through. I feel like some of you have a somebody that has, especially if you have like work that's on some sort of platform that others can see, you have somebody that's been kind of watching your work and is going to be contacting you maybe to partner up. And that's why I'm getting that partnership vibe. Okay. All right. Well, interesting. You'll have to let me know if you can come back and comment whatever this is that's happening. Okay. Let's move on to the love and relationship part. So what's going to be going on for Gemini energy for this month of May for love and relationships? Okay. We have death reverse. So I swear, didn't I talk to you guys about this last month? There's still a resistance here for change. This has actually been a theme I've been seeing. for Gemini energy for a bit. But this resistance to change in regarding a relationship. So some of you, this is going to be obviously resistance from walking away from a relationship. Some of you that are maybe single, resistance from, maybe deciding to go back out and, having the desire to go back out and not be, and you don't want to be single anymore, but resistance to do whatever it takes on your end to give yourself the confidence in order to do so. So you're resisting change with that death in reverse. Let's see what else. The Four of Swords reverse. Some of you, I feel like you've gotten really hurt recently. And it doesn't have to be super recent, but maybe within this last year or the last, maybe, I heard like 6 to 9 months. You were in a situation and you really got hurt. And I feel like you've just kind of gone internally, and you haven't, it's the same, it's a similar energy to the Hermit reverse. It's this taking that, going within, that taking time alone to reflect, but then just continuing to stay in that space, but not make any improvement. And it's just like, at a certain point, you're just continuing to like spiral down and down and down, but you're not like seeing an out, if that makes sense. So I'm getting the sense of being very closed off, not being very receptive, and seeking information in a way that's just not conducive for your own personal transformation. So it's like maybe not seeing the bigger picture and focusing on things that don't really matter that much. But for the people that this message is for, it's for people that you were in a connection, it didn't work out, you need to release it. You're not maybe in contact with this person anymore, I don't think, because this is more of a healing energy in a way, how it feels. But it's like it's stuck. It's like I can't complete, because there's still a connection there. There's still a part of you haven't opened up fully to heal. And like maybe some of you aren't really recognizing how much this issue that hurt you like actually hurt you. You're doing that Gemini thing where you're like intellectualizing it with the swords instead of actually just feeling it. And so you actually have to feel that loss and process that through, so then you can have that transformation. Let's see it's really hard. It's a weird energy that I'm trying to read here. Okay, let's see what's going on. The Nine of Cups. Yeah, you have to like mourn the loss that this wish did not happen, that this was not what you thought it was, that this fulfillment, the wish did not happen. It was left unfulfilled. And so I just think a lot of you tried to just basically, when you got hurt, you pulled away, you tried to block it out, pretend that it didn't hurt, and you never really processed it through emotionally. You've been mentally going over it, mentally like breaking it down, and mentally analyzing the other person and yourself and why the connection happened and your own faults, their faults, etc. But you haven't felt any emotion attached with all of that. It's just been intellectualized. So I feel like that's the blockage. That's what's stopping you from transforming, is allowing yourself to feel. Usually these answers are pretty simple when you boil them down, whenever they get like confusing like this. For me, it's like you gotta let yourself feel. So let's get some advice on that. Maybe something that will help trigger. Maybe you need to like, I don't know, I heard something about music, watching things that make you cry, like watching something that will get you in your feelings. So then that, that an intellectual part will open up and kind of start feeding in, incorporating the feelings so you can process things out. God, we sound like a bunch of robots, huh? Okay. Let's see, what's some advice here? Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. Yeah, your perception of the situation is, you're not, your perception of your healing and your transformation in this situation is off. I also feel like this person, whoever this is reminding you of, is continuing to watch you. I don't know why that's coming up, but am getting that message as well. Separation, yeah. Sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. So yeah, this person, if you're wondering what's going on with them, they are watching you. They miss you. You guys are in separation, and for, I would say, probably a just cause from the based off the energy that I'm picking up here. But if you were wondering what was going on with them, they are. This is somebody that is continuing to monitor the situation, but they're not sure, about what to do. They're just watching. Let's see what else. But helping you feel. Yeah, this ascending came out in its reverse. And so ascending upright is transcending obstacles, learning expansion, new phase, preparing for union. So you guys are, this is not in a period where you guys are being prepared for union. This is because you're being blocked. And I'm not saying like, okay, let me fix that before I get some angry comments. I'm not saying that you aren't in the long run preparing for union. That still may be the case. But for right now, in this period of time and for the near future, that's not, you're blocking yourself by not processing the emotional loss of the situation so then you can transform from it. Maybe that transformation needs to happen because it's going to trigger a transformation in the other person, or et cetera, et cetera. I hate to go down that path because I want you guys to do stuff for you and not for other people so then they can be a part of your life. Like, no, that's not what we're doing here. Do it for you, right? But you not processing those emotions is blocking your own ascension. It's not allowing you to transcend this obstacle. And it's not allowing you to go into a new phase. So if union is something that you want, if you ever are going to want, you have to let the emotions happen. You have to just let it go in an emotional way. Release it. Cry. Create. If you're somebody that really doesn't cry often, because there are some people that just don't cry. If they people can release their emotions in other ways. You can do it in a creative way. Whatever you have to do. I don't really, because I cry. So I don't really know a lot of other examples to give other than putting yourself in a situation where you're going to cry, right? Like, and I'm not talking about this, whatever back here was like, I feel like this is more making yourself angry or frustrated. But, there's that stuff. It's like, oh, I know if I watch this thing about the dogs or about, whatever these YouTube videos are, I'll start crying. Or if I watch a certain movie, or if I listen to this, I'm music. Like, my stuff is music. So if I listen to this song, I know it's going to make me cry. If that's what it takes to spark it, then spark it. And then let your brain do what it's naturally going to do, which is going to try to intellectualize why you're crying and give you those little things that you've already been thinking about, and just let it all flow. And I feel really weird for explaining it like that, but I understand if you have issues with processing emotions, because Gemini moon, so that's what I have to do. Okay. Let's see what else. Get a couple more cards here, and I think that will be it. So we have, you deserve love. You guys know what I think about this card if you've been watching me a while. This card always comes out when people aren't really seeing themselves as who they are and not honoring the type of love that they deserve. So by still like holding on to this connection in any kind of way, even if it's like because you refuse to kind of mourn the loss and you're like, whatever, like I don't care, but you're still like, that's a form of not actually releasing it. If you're like, whatever, I don't care. Okay, so let it go and realize that you do deserve love, and you don't have to be closed up and closed off. Especially if this is part of the reason why you maybe seem pretty closed off to others as well. And let's see what else. We have get honest as fuck. Time for shit to get real. Yeah, you need to be honest with yourself. It's time to be real with yourself. And for some of you, I do feel like there might be some contact. I don't think it's coming in May, but it could be coming after May at some point. And you're going to need to be on your game because this person's going to come back in and they could still not be really where you're needing them to be. So you need to be kind of in your own, you need to understand that you deserve love. So you have your boundaries. So if they do come back into your life, you aren't receiving them because you're, all kind of, your boundaries aren't really quite up to par. So That's going to be your reading. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Let me know how this resonates, if it resonates with you. I do hope you have a fantastic day whenever it finds you. Sorry, this is like pretty intense, but you guys have a lot of intense energy going on up in the sky right now. So it's time to transform this year. This is a year for transformation for Gemini energy. So this is exactly how it's supposed to play out. But looks like we do have some good fortune, good things coming in, energy shifts, some more clarity. Probably as we go into Gemini season, you're going to have a lot more clarity on a lot more things in your life. And you just have to be honest with yourself and really face things that you maybe have been avoiding or intellectualizing. All right, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time.